Uh, Very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I welcome you on behalf of Ecociate and our partners, Enterprise for a Sustainable World and the BoP Network. To introduce Ecociate, in brief, we are a business consulting firm with a focus around innovation and sustainability at the base of the pyramid. Relevant to both corporate and social businesses, both. So our business solutions were conceived through a process of community co-creation, and we have business models where we collaborate with the different stakeholders in the ecosystem. Today, base of the pyramid is not a subject which requires introduction. Both corporate and social world are very much acquainted with it. But where is the challenge? It is about the business models in the BoP and the variables that are associated with the BoP market. That's where the businesses start struggling. And why the struggle? Because as businesses, we are accustomed to creating the SOPs. And when we do SOPs and we have variables in the market, we do not know how to adapt those variables into the SOP. So what or how do we take it from there? So one of the things which we have seen work in India and some of the South Asian countries is the design research approach to the BoP solutions, and where you use them for kind of engaging with the communities and trying to look at what kind of businesses can be designed around that the community by themselves. Now, coming from the perspective of the developed or the resource-rich nations versus the South Asian countries, while the Western world was more focused on around creating physical infrastructure, this Indian solution or the South Asian solutions were more around social infrastructure. And how to engage between the social infrastructure and the businesses is the challenge here, because that's where companies can really create sustainable ideas. Just look at it from this point that we have about 100,000 farmers, farmer cooperatives, and we have about 6.5 million microfinance groups. These are the social infrastructure that has been created where most of the programs get loaded, and we start looking at opportunities. From the point of solutions, if you look at agribusiness today, health, education, skilling, all of them are trying to find solutions with using this social infrastructure in mind. When I look at the corporate India, we are all exploring the triple bottom line approach for the CSR strategies. Now, how do you go about it is probably somewhere we are looking at shared value concepts. So where are the shared value concepts coming into will be how you engage with the community. As I was thinking through, I suddenly realized that in this room we have people from about 25 countries, and the number of the population size is about 2 billion people from the countries that we come from. And if you just look at, that's about 1/3 of the world population. And if you look at the BoP population in these countries, I'm not talking about the Western the European countries or the Americans, but the Asian and the African countries, it is about 1 billion plus people we are talking about. And that makes this forum so relevant that we are talking about the need of this set of people who need some solutions, some outreach, and we try to find solutions for the underserved. Yesterday we had about 30 participants who visited 3 different markets. One of them was one of the largest paddy markets in this country. One last mile healthcare system, the Mohanta clinic, and one is solid waste management, solid waste to energy unit. And the feedback we got was that very excellent experience of interacting with these systems that have come up. And the most important thing I would like to say is in the summer heat that they all enjoyed. So thank you so much for that. And with this, I would like to thank and welcome Fernando to take control. Thank you.